Welcome to the first episode of the EDL podcast. We have Hazel, Behorn, Burning, Cats, Fist / Deadly Champion, which is currently his Discord name, G-Fry, Natsui, Plat, and Shine.
Hold on.
Say hi, everybody.
Hazel's here?
You said
Yeah,
Hazel.
did you just call me Hazel?
I said Shine.
No, you said Hazel.
I said Hazel.
You said
I did
Hazel.
not.
You said
You
Hazel.
said
Yeah.
Hazel. Said
No,
Hazel.
Haru's name is Hazel Simp.
Yeah, that's very
So I
different.
got confused.
Yeah.
Hazel Simp is Haru, guys. That's my bad. Okay, well,
God.
I'm not starting this for the fourth time. We're
For the
starting
record,
with-
this was attempted
Okay,
3
start with
times.
Gotta get that 20-minute intro.
So we're just gonna get with the first topic here. We were discussing this kind of before, but I'm like, this should be the first topic of the podcast. So how do we feel about Cinderace Libero compared to Greninja Protean?
Greninja's better.
Oh, goodness gracious, we have a debate.
That's
on
a
our
great
hands.
No,
start.
Cinderace.
In my
Greninja's
opinion,
100% better. Greninja's 100% better.
Whoever
No,
said
it's
that, tell
not.
us why you take Greninja is better.
It was Haru.
Or Haru, why is Greninja better than Cinderace?
It
Libero,
has a
of
much
course,
better
Protean.
move pool, first of all. It could
Okay.
run either physical or special.
Okay.
Also has a
Expect
much better
Cinderace
speed
gonna
stat.
catch you off guard.
Yeah, you literally expect the same moves off of Cinderace, while with Greninja, it literally can just put whatever it needs to fill in on the team.
Yeah,
Okay.
Greninja can set hazards. Cinderace can't. It doesn't have the same versatility.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
but
Cinderace,
Cinderace can get
flip
rid of
hazards
them.
around.
And screens.
Cinderace is that it has the
It
best
can take
hazard
the enemy's
in
life
game
screen
and
and
best
reflect,
hack set in
though.
the game. Swaps both.
Hey
It's
guys,
like,
can we try to remember
you
that
have-
one person at a time?
Yes, please. One person at a time.
Alright, sorry.
So, in my opinion, Cinderace is better than Gren simply because it may be, like Haru said, more one-dimensional. However, it is the one thing it does well. Well, the two things it does well. A, it hits like a freight train. And two, it probably has the best way to get rid of hazards. Probably one of the best moves in general in the game. Because your opponent basically can't set up hazards nor screens.
That and Cinderace actually has a setup option, unlike Gren.
That is true. It does have, hold on, wait, does Gren? Let me just check if Gren. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but I'll just double check here.
It does not.
I don't believe so.
Don't.
I
I know
bulk
I've
up.
seen bulk up.
Bulk up's a meta move.
Gren also has priority with Water Shuriken.
I'm pretty sure Cinderace has quick
And
attack.
Shadow Sneak.
I
has
know
it
it
has
has
a
punch
Thunder.
for
Does it
sure.
have quick attack?
It does have
too?
quick attack. It does. And
Oh,
that,
that's cool.
that is
I didn't know that.
that is some Libero boosted quick attack. Don't forget.
Yeah, that definitely makes it viable.
You also can, like, you know what you want to switch into with Cinderace.
Do you though?
But you can't with Greninja as
I
well.
Like,
Like
feel
Gren
like-
could be mixed, could be
So, like-
physical special.
Like for I know my Greninja I brought against Plat was was physical to deal with the Mega Gardevoir specifically, and it did like 5 more to Blissey, but like that's kind of expected because Blissey is thick. So yeah, but see Cinderace though, name a few Cinderace switch-ins that can really switch into its moveset.
Seismitoad.
Yeah, I
probably
suppose.
Slowbro.
Quagsire.
I don't know.
You can
so,
switch.
Some
You can switch
Slowbro doesn't
Gengar
even
into
take
a high
50
jump
from
kick.
U-turn. It takes 30.
let me calc that. How much it takes from a banded U-turn. I don't think
Banded,
it's-
maybe.
I don't think it's 30. I think banded U-turn is like 60% to a max defense Slowbro. I know.
I don't
Slowbro's
think it would do
bulky.
60. It's
I don't
definitely
know.
more
60.
than 30 though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't forget, I'm a man. I run my Cinderace as adamant, so
Who needs to outspeed the threats on the other team when you can just die to them?
or just
Exactly.
stall, or just stall them out.
Oh my
so.
god, stop.
J-Caps would be the one that brings still Cinderace.
Bulk up sub.
Alright. Oh no. Caps was right. U-turn does 54.4 to 64.1 to a full Fizz-Def Slowbro.
That's more than I
Knew
thought.
it.
I thought
Do
it was
it.
gonna be 50. I
Hold
was a
on.
little
Is it
off.
adamant? Is it adamant?
No, that's Jolly.
Make it adamant.
Wow.
Make it
Adamant is
right
60
now.
even to 70.7.
Ooh, that's just some chip.
Yeah, that's not a switch in.
Yeah, and how much does Gren Dark Pulse do? I kind of want to compare here.
Gren Dark Pulse is gonna do more. This is a
I don't
the
know,
Fizz-Def
dude.
Slowbro.
Gren doesn't hit nearly as hard than Cinderace does. Is the main thing here.
Well,
Okay, do Specs
Cinderace
Dark
has
Pulse
116.
to Slowking.
Gren has 104.
That's a
special
big
attack, I
difference.
believe it is.
That's a big difference in terms of, especially when you get the stab.
Yeah, but Specs Dark Pulse Okos, and that's
Uh,
timid.
But
Ooh.
does
Makes
it do
sense.
it to a Max Spadef Slowking?
I doubt it. There's no way in hell.
No, because
That's
it
how
barely
you
kills
compare.
Fizz-Def Slowbro with Specs.
Okay.
That-
It's
and
timid too, though.
and that shows how incredibly strong Cinderace is.
No, in
So-
terms of raw power.
Also,
it's easily-
Cinderace also has Sucker Punch, which is very good.
Thank you, Natsu, for that calc right there. But you did not
Quagsire
calc you
switches
did
in.
not calc it adamant. Oh yes, you did. Never mind. Okay, we're good.
Hmm.
Quagsire is a very good switch into a lot of things. Actually, it's very underrated, especially with their move and in power. Oh, I think we should.
Toad
get
is just a
another
better
debate.
Quagsire, though.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Toad,
Dragapult
Gastrodon, or Quagsire.
does
Whatever you-
63.1 to 74.8.
Here's the order.
Well, what?
For that, it's Toad, Quagsire, Seismitoad. No. Seismitoad, Quagsire, Gastro. There we go.
Wow, you put Gastro last?
Quagsire is
What
unaware.
What
Yeah,
format are we talking about here?
This is draft league, so draft league.
Okay. I would definitely. Usually, Gastro is pretty lower on the tier list. So in terms of value, I would take Gastro first of the three.
I mean, I would take
But-
Swampert, not gonna lie.
Ooh, Swampert,
I did forget
Swampert's behind all
Swampert.
those.
Quagsire gets unaware and water absorb. Both great abilities.
And recover.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Gastrodon also gets Storm Drain, which is also great. It also gets Sand Force, so it can work on sand teams. That's big brain.
Yeah, but
That
people can
really
just set
is.
up on it.
It gets Clear Smog.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Seismitoad has
Easiest
no way
to
to
set
get rid of
up.
that stuff.
Exactly.
However, Seismitoad does get rocks, which is kind of the main argument
Right.
most of the
It's
time.
a very strong Swift Swim user too. If
Also,
you
it can
yeah.
have
punch
the
very
ability for
nicely.
it.
It goes
Yeah,
to punch
this is-
very nicely. And it
the
can
thing
run
about-
both physical and special.
Yeah, it gets
Like-
good coverage on both sides.
I have the same issue with Seismitoad I do about Hippowdon. You really have to invest in one stat for it to be bulky, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but like you never know which one's gonna be bulky.
I don't know. It's kind of obvious depending on the matchup.
Yeah.
You still got to
It's very
scout
easy
for
to
that though.
protect. Any other Pokemon like to compare here?
it sucks.
Oh, I have one I want to do. Skarmory versus Corviknight.
Oh, I should have
Oh,
known
here
this
we
This
go.
one.
Corviknight. I'm
Oh.
going Corviknight.
Hell no, I am passionate
Skarmory
about Skarmory.
every single day of the week.
All the
for me.
friggin' way. Give me Skarmory, man. Easy.
I
Why
love them
Corv,
both.
though, if I may ask. Why Corv?
Any 1v1 Corviknight would beat Skarmory.
Oh yes, that is true, but in a 1v1 Gastron to beat Seismitoad. So that kind of takes away from your last argument.
No, it wouldn't because
Okay.
Seismitoad gets Power Whip now.
Yeah, it does actually.
Well,
So-
that's actually true. Good point. Hold on. Does Gastron get counter? Hold on.
No, it
Yeah,
does
but-
not.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It gets Counter? Really?
Yes, it does.
It gets
I did
Mirror
not-
Whoa.
Coat too, I believe.
So
I
let me-
know for a fact it gets Mirror Coat.
So,
Yeah, it
so
does.
Har, let me hit you with my insert
Rindo
Grassberry
Berry.
here. Rindoberry counter
Rindoberry,
real
yeah.
quick.
But here's the thing. You want to know what another common Seismitoad move is? Knockoff.
Shit, you're right. Well,
You
Gastron
still,
gets...
yeah, you still lose 1v1 because you don't kill a counter on a knock and then you die the turn after.
That's fair. That's fair.
But like in my opinion, with Skarm versus Corviknight, Skarmory has more utility. It can set hazards and can tank hits way better than Corv can.
Especially with the
And it
addition of
still
body
has
press.
the setup options, but
Of
it's
body
just
press
not as
SD.
good at it.
The abilities on
Yeah.
Corviknight are also better.
That
That
is
is. Oh,
indisputable.
hold on a sec.
Oh,
No,
oh, yeah,
hold on.
Weak
Speaking
Armor
of that,
has niche uses to be
Weak
very
Armor
good.
and Sturdy are both very solid.
speaking of that, unlike Skarmory, Corviknight can beat all the fairies with Mystical Fire on its own.
That's
Mhm.
true. Mirror Armor is very good for that, since so many of them only have Mystical.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah,
but
you're
Skarmory
yeah, but
is
yeah,
better at
it's-
more helping your team and such. It's more of an all-around, like, I can set hazards, remove hazards, want me to be a sweeper, I can do that. Skarm has a lot of utility, like someone else said. Its utility is just insane.
the
It
main
also has
issue.
hazards.
Yeah, the main the other issue though is Skarmory is basically set up fodder for a lot of special attackers.
Ooh,
And
is
with,
it? I
yeah.
don't know. Whirlwind.
It kind of is.
Whirlwind, yeah, Whirlwind is huge.
Both of them are not, in my opinion, both of them are not, either of them are set up. That's one of the
I don't
that's one of them they're good at.
I mean, it forces you to put a whirlwind on it, so you're losing on another utility option.
I'm bringing Whirlwind even without a setup option. You see the work my Skarmory doing Whirlwind this week?
Yeah,
Thank you.
because Plat choked that game.
Poor
Oof.
Flat. I mean, yeah.
He is
just-
right. I did choke that pretty hard at the end.
Oh, thank-
Yeah, when I saw you losing that, because I joined late, I was like, I was screaming at you the entire time. Like, how did you lose in that position?
Well, because the crit on my Chansey early game was so bad for me, then immediately put me in a horrendous spot, and then I protected to make it worse for myself. But
The thing is like, I just got a tunnel vision too hard on copy and Mega Loft and didn't play like the real win con that was there.
that happens, though. That happens to everyone. I think it's happened to everyone at least once. They just get
Yeah.
caught up with their own head.
Me
Which
and
is
Hazel
fine.
were both like, yeah, Plat kind of choked that game.
I would say Chansey versus Blissey, but I feel like we kind of already have an answer to that question. I think we all know Blissey's better.
I think
Right.
most of us can agree on that at least.
Yeah.
Can we decide
At the very
which is
least in
better
draft league.
post DLC?
Yeah, exactly. Chansey is easily better on ladder because
Mm-hmm.
what
You
is
don't
there for
expect it.
soak hits.
In Draft League, you get to prep with knockoff. That's the main.
Right.
And in
Who's here?
draft, you can run coverage on Blissey, which it has a usable enough special attack to where it can take out a quad weak mon.
Speak for yourself.
Exactly.
My drain puts Chansey puts an insane amount of work.
I mean, I almost one-shotted with no investment a glide score in my last match.
I score.
I'm waiting
Yeah,
for
I took
someone
out
to.
a Thunderous T from like 40% with an Ice Beam, I think it was.
When is the real set coming? Calm Mind, Blissey? Who's gonna
No,
be the,
no, no,
who's
no,
gonna
no,
be the
no,
person to run it?
Guys,
You guys want to give me ideas?
do you know what the
Fine.
real Blissey set is? Okay, here. I'm gonna type this out and I'm gonna put it in the Discord.
I'm waiting for some horrendous physical set.
No, it's much worse.
Show me your switching. Kat, you can. Is there any Pokemon you'd like to compare here?
Raikou and Zeraora
Ooh, that's an interesting
Post-
one. I did not
post
expect that.
DLC.
Post DLC.
Before we do that, can we just all acknowledge this wonderful set on Bounce Drop in general?
Shine, we're not talking about that.
Sure.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're not.
I mean,
talking
I
about
hashed
Yeah,
it.
that's completely not okay.
What?
That is
I hashed it to show it's a joke, but if you want to make light,
Yo,
joke,
this is
that's fine
actually
as well.
massively heat. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
a great set. That's
This
a
is-
great
this-
set.
This is massive.
Jacobs, you gotta run that set.
Of course
So
I
for
am.
those of you who are listening and not actually here, it's max HP, max defense bold, curse, calm mind, sword power, soft boiled.
Say the item. Say the item.
Flame orb.
With the flame
Can't
orb.
toxic spell this.
That's amazing. Wait, what if you run to a dark type?
You kill it before you use the
shit.
Blissey. Easy.
Fair.
Actually, I may actually use this. This is incredible.
So let's get on
Hey.
Cat's topic here. Zeraora versus Raikou. Personally, I would
Zeraora
say
is better.
Zeraora. Yeah, I agree.
Zeraora
I
is
would
much
take
better.
Zeraora.
Zero is
Mhm.
Very
better.
much better.
I'm
speed
more
tier.
likely
State
to
my
draft.
reasonings for
Zeraora, in my opinion, is just a lot more versatile than Raikou is. You got Bulk Up, Calm Mind, Banded, Specs, Scarf. It can even be bulky, for which, I would probably run that.
I mean, why would you
But,
ever
like,
run Blissey
Zeraora has much more coverage than
Raikou
Raikou.
has, in my opinion, two sets. Specs or sub-Calm Mind. Those are the only two sets I've ever seen on Raikou, in my opinion, anyway.
Or
I don't really see anything else.
I've
but if
run
you want-
Scarf before, but
That's a-
Subcom Mind Raikou is a
Dude,
threat.
Scarfed Raikou does no damage, though. Like,
it really doesn't. That's what I learned the one time I did.
Or you could like run it with
The
rain.
thing is, like, Raikou
Yeah.
and Zeraora have
That would
very
be
similar
huge.
stats in
Raikou's-
terms of offensive.
Raikou's a better, I guess Raikou's a better pivot. No, it's really not, though. 'Cause
No.
you really-
It's a better value pick, I think.
Yeah, tier
because
2. Yeah.
Zeraora, for me, in tier 1, you need to use it well to make it worth picking it.
Mhm.
Karu is a good example. He has used it very well in the NSL. That thing had 20 kills.
Oh
We
yeah,
have a
and
good
then
example and a bad example here.
So, Kat, what's your opinion on this since you wanted to compare this so bad? What do you think's better?
To be honest, with Raikou, the thing it does better is actually be able to take hits way well.
Do you really want either of them taking hits, though?
Yeah.
Not
Exactly.
necessarily, but whenever it comes down to it, Raikou can clutch out a game just by
Raikou
ripping
can
hit
normally
that
take a
Zeraora
hit
couldn't.
because stat spread wise, Raikou is 90, 75, 100, and Zera is 88, 75, 80. So it's not a huge difference, but it's enough
But it
to
can
where
matter.
Oh,
it
I
can
have
matter.
seen AV Raikou. I've actually seen that. That's actually a
It
very good.
has more than
that can be
enough
efficient.
to run an AV well, yeah.
So I have
Base
seen that.
100's nothing to laugh at.
For sure, you're absolutely correct there. It's really not. My main issue with Raikou, though, is just how one-dimensional it is. It's really, if you bring Roar, if you have a bulky Pokemon with Roar, or just a ground type in general, even though I know I do not get Scold, but even with that, that's not a super strong move, though the burn is annoying. I still think Zeraora is much better, even with the buffs.
It does have a decent amount of coverage, though, just looking at it again.
Hold on, so what do we got? Scold, Shadow Ball, Signal
Force
Beam.
Spear, Extrasensory.
That is a good
Snarl.
amount of coverage, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Zeraora has more. Grass Knot is
Definitely.
huge.
It has Grass Knot.
100%.
It's got Close Combat, Drain Punch,
Blaze Kick,
Knockoff.
Fake
Fire
Out,
Punch.
and
Never run Blaze Kick. Shine showed that.
Never run Blaze Kick. Yeah, my battle showed that one.
Dude, this thing's coverage is nuts. Outrage, Plasma Fist, Play Rough.
Exactly.
Oh my, I did not know it was this crazy.
I
Yeah.
ran Dragonium Caesar Aurora before in leagues.
That's good. Oh, acrobatics if you want to run like Citrus Berry
Exactly.
or something. Like
Yeah. While I was prepping for my last match, Burning was talking about how he would love to see an acrobatics Aurora.
that's a great set.
Against doing monster get for super, I ran bulk up, citrus berry, acrobatic.
That's a good set.
That is
that's actually a really great set right there. And then if we're talking about Z captains, Zero Aura definitely.
Oh yeah, that's a
takes
really
it.
good
Oh,
Z
it's
captain.
insane.
Yep.
With Z moves, the thing is absolutely incredible. There's really no switching to a Z Plasma Fist, in my opinion.
I mean,
A ground type.
Sandile.
Yeah, that's beside.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, you get what I'm saying. Sandile. Show me your switch and goes hard, Sandile.
They never expect the hard Sandile.
That they do. They never really don't.
No.
Okay, so you guys want to talk about the game of the week?
I said we can keep. I have a few more comparisons if you want first, then we'll get into that. If you guys want to do that, I think I have one very
Sounds
good
good.
one up next.
I feel like we shouldn't. I would like to do like after the fact for a week and then like pick what game we try to decide was the best. You know what I mean? Instead of just
Okay.
going with what was ahead of time.
All right, I just
Yeah,
want to say
to
great
be the
suggestion
lead.
by Natsu right there. Natsui right
Ooh.
there. Milotic versus
Ooh.
Suicune.
That's a good
That's
That's a
one.
good one.
Now
That's a
this is
good
actually
one.
a hard one.
I actually prefer
wanna
my
Yeah, this
say-
one's pretty
because it gets recovery
Hold on,
and
one
you
at a
can
time,
run
guys.
physically and special defense.
I agree. I also agree that Milotic is superior to Suicune, only because Suicune has to rely on rest, which, if Ivy's shown anything, you cannot rely on rest.
Also,
Yeah,
I think in
for-
season 2, somebody brought Feeny and completely shot down so he could not sleep. Like,
Yeah, that
yeah.
was me. That was me.
Oh
That
yeah,
was me.
we know. That's what I'm referring to.
It's
That was
another,
so funny.
For me, it's another thing where it's like, are you talking about on ladder or?
No, this is all draft
draft
league. This is all
Draft.
draft league.
Well, draft.
None
Right.
of this is
Okay.
ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my
just
opinion,
saying.
Milotic's the best. I've used it a lot more this weekend, but even still, it just has way more options.
It's so good. You can run Marvel Scale and competitive are both great abilities. It gets Recover, which is fantastic. Gets Dragon Tail for phasing. It can do dumb coil shenanigans, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Tail
Haze,
hypnosis
really good.
and
Haze.
Haze. I'm pretty sure
Yes.
Suicune gets Haze.
Both
Suicune, hold on. Suicune does get Roar. That's something to know about
Yeah.
the
That
Haze
is true.
thing.
But it's not, but it doesn't deal damage though.
No. Don't use Roar on Suicune. I showed that versus Shiv.
Oh,
Never
you
used
don't?
it.
Haru would beg to differ.
What?
Against my Cosmic Power Baton Pass Mew, you foiled my plan.
Alright, also, here's I will say Roar is better than Dragon Tail, mainly because of one thing. Milotic is more likely than not going to break a sub if it
That's
goes
also-
Dragon Tail.
That's a good
So
point.
Very true.
Roar
Mhm.
goes through sub.
Haze
That's very
also-
good point,
Break a-
actually.
If you run
Um,
Milotic, run Haze. Don't run Dragon Tail, in my opinion. Haze
Right.
is much better. And also, can we
Unless
talk
you're
about
hazard
abilities for
stacking
a
and
second?
they don't
I think
have a
Milotic's
fairy.
ability is 10 times better, in my opinion.
Abilities. I'd rather have either of them over Pressure, to be honest.
Wow,
I mean,
you
if Milotic
wouldn't
had
want
pressure,
Marvel
though-
Scale? I would take
No.
Marvel Scale over Pressure, if I'm being honest with you.
That's
no,
what I'm
he
saying.
said the opposite, Cat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say I take either competitive or Marvel Scale over Pressure.
Competitive is very situational.
It
That's
is,
the
but if
thing.
it's in the right
It's
matchup,
situational,
it's
but in
so
draft.
good.
In draft,
If you
that's
have
good.
the right matchup for it, you can
If you know-
run competitive Adrenaline Orb Milotic. Like if they have hard
Mhm.
Intimidate.
Also,
And then
if
you just
they're
get
gonna
free
bring
setup.
like webs,
Yeah, guys, try to keep
Yeah.
one at
Or
a time
webs,
here.
yeah, for sure.
So I keep one at a time here. So I know there's a lot of people talking, but I mean, it's not no one's fault. But I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, but like with the abilities like Defiant, Competitive, you can really bring some heat to counter different kinds of teams.
If I can bring up my game against Super Nassau last season when he had when he parting shotted my Milotic twice and then intimidated it, and I was at +4.
Oh yeah.
that's insane.
God, that's what I call a massive choke right there.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
that game too because he thought I was Scarf's Vish. I
Ooh.
just brought the banded Vish right there.
All right. Okay. Before I go, I have
Oh.
a comparison. I have a question here though.
Yeah.
That I will know that will make GCaps angry. Is
Oh, you're-
Dragapult a bad mon?
No, it's
Okay,
not
no.
good.
No,
It's a
it's
bad
not bad.
tier 1. It's a bad tier 1, not a bad mon. It's a bad tier 1.
Try putting it in tier 2, I dare you.
Give me,
Oh,
and
that's insane.
let me give you my explanation on why Dragapult is a bad tier 1. I'm not saying it's a tier 2, but it's a bottom tier 1 at best. And I will give you my explanation right now on why.
Sure are stalling, huh? Guess you're known for that.
All right, that was funny. Stalling's what I do. I don't want to hear it. All right.
You know, it's the worst tier 1 dragon? Como.
I would take Como over Dragapult, to be honest.
Same.
It's more
Como
controversial
Any day of the
than
week,
I-
unless I really need the speed.
Now I'm
I'd
gonna go
take
through.
Dragapult over Como.
I'm gonna go through dragons in tier 1. I'll give my explanation on why each of them
Oh,
are better
wait.
than Dragapult.
Ooh,
right
that's an
now.
interesting
Start with
one.
Kyurem. Start with Kyurem.
Great, Caps.
Kyurem's
We
a tier
should go
2 in this
through
league,
the-
actually.
Oh, well, never
The
mind then.
pseudos, like we did in general
Yeah.
a couple
That
weeks
is
ago.
the reason I don't want to do that is because Goodra and Metagross, even though I think Goodra's better than Dragapult, Metagross is obviously not even in the conversation, in my opinion, as good as it is. It just doesn't add up. If you would like to debate that, I would be totally open to hearing why Metagross is just as good as the rest, but I don't think anyone does. So do you want to go through pseudos or the other tier 1s? Pseudos?
Just go through the other you say it's the worst dragon tier 1, so just talk about the dragon.
Okay, Dragonite. Immediately, well, personally, you guys know I have a heavy bias for Dragonite because it was my Season 1 MVP. Personally, I think I would much rather have Dragonite because it can do more, and it's just probably one of, if not the best sweeper, not the best, but it's one of the best sweepers in the game. It's definitely S tier for sweep.
Also, it's
just-
really good receiving wishes because of Marvel skill.
Exactly.
So if it ever gets to 100% HP, it's stage skill.
Dragonite and Clefable absolutely murdered like a lot of my opponents last season, and that was mainly why. So if anyone would like to argue why Dragapult's better than Dragonite, I'd be willing to listen to it now.
I would
Alright.
definitely take Dragonite over it.
Yeah,
I think
same.
Dragonite is incredibly good to begin with, but with boots this gen,
It's
got
one
a
of
whole
the
lot
better
better.
setup sweepers, I think. Just
if we're
because it
talking
can.
just setup, I think it's Volcarona, with no doubt.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. One of the
Um,
better.
Yeah.
Let's
not
try and keep it on
best.
topic, but I do agree with
Yeah.
that. Or Necrozma, which gets overlooked
True.
as a setup sweeper.
True.
The thing,
Now-
the thing about Dragapult is that you don't really need to set up though. Like I feel like Dragonite's too dependent on setup.
My thing about
And Dragapult has like a
Dragapult-
lot of value outside of that.
I would say the
It needs to
opposite.
set up to hit hard. It needs to set up to hit hard.
Not necessarily with Dragapult.
Yes, in my opinion, it needs to set up to hit hard. Outside of Draco Meteor, it really needs to set up to hit hard.
Not necessarily. I mean,
Electro and physical.
majority of the time you could just run a neutral nature with either modest or adamant, just because first of all, you're already forcing a Scarfer, so there's no need to even invest in speed because you're gonna be outsped by it anyway. You also have to guess what Dragapult set they're gonna bring, and if you don't guess correctly, you are more or less likely going to have a hard time dealing with it, because while some mods do counter specs, they then lose to Willow spell tag Hex.
That's understandable. That set's annoying, but I believe Dragonite's just as versatile, maybe not even more, because you see that thing's move pool.
I mean, that's fair, but still, it requires you to get a DD up first, and it also requires more overall team support than Dragapult does.
That is
Yeah,
true.
Dragapult-
I do agree with that. However, it can easily get that Dragon Dance up. Basically, nothing kills
I
it
mean,
if it's at full health.
If
Not
we're
much
talking
kills it.
versatility, you look at Dragonite and you look at Dragapult. They both have the same capabilities to run a special set.
That's
the
a
only
good
difference
point.
is Dragapult is leaks fast.
Yes, but it's
So
also
it's not
leagues
nearly as
weaker.
viable on Dragonite.
It's a league, well, physically, especially actually, they have the same exact special attack.
Yeah, they're both 100.
Just when it comes to physical attacking, Dragonite is
Has a
superior.
Pretty good
much
gap.
higher.
They
Yeah.
both have unreliable secondary stab, though.
Yeah, well, I'm
Which
just
is
gonna go down the
annoying.
list, and I think that we can all agree on this next one. I think we can all agree Garchomp's better. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
based off how.
100%.
Now, this one I think is obvious, but it could be controversial. How do you feel about Hydreigon compared to Dragapult
Honestly,
Now that it has Nasty Plot,
and
that's
Dragon
important.
Dance?
right?
That's the thing.
Dragon
Uh,
Dance, Head Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, there's a dragon I forgot in tier 1, but I don't really consider this a dragon. If you want to compare Dracovish, I mean,
I
mean-
don't call it
No.
a dragon. It's a fish
Yeah.
of twins.
it's a fish. It's not a dragon. It's a fish.
it doesn't play like a dragon. It doesn't play like a water.
It doesn't
type.
play at all like a
Yeah.
dragon.
It plays like
Yeah.
a goddamn fish.
Yeah, it plays,
Alright.
it's its own thing. Its own thing, really.
All right. For Hydreigon, I think they're about equally I think they're equal, mainly because with Hydreigon it does have the Nasty Plot and DD, but if you just run Nasty Plot, you're easily speed crept just because a lot of the good mons are
The
over
speed
base
kills it.
98. Yep, and if you run Nasty Plot DD, then you are losing out on the coverage move, which makes you a lot easier to get walled.
And you're a mad lad.
I think the issue with Hydreigon, right, is it's very situational compared to Dragapult.
Yeah.
Because if your opponent has a hard stall team, sub Nasty Plot can absolutely win you the game if it doesn't have if they don't have haze or anything or taunt, which no one in this league seems to run taunt. So except for Burning today.
Hey.
Saying.
I didn't need taunt to my game. So I
Fair.
was gonna set up and then I fucked up.
Whoever plays me should bring taunt. I say that a million times.
I'll drop down to silver just so I can run taunt against you. I got you.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks, man. And I'll stay in silver just so I can play you. I got you.
Sounds good.
So the thing
I like
about
this
Hydreigon,
idea.
though, is both Hydreigon and Dragapult give you momentum with U-turn, and Hydreigon just hits so much harder than it does, and it's a better. See, I'd rather have Scarf Hydreigon than Specs Dragapult, in my opinion. Is kind of what I'm
The thing
comparing.
is, like, Scarf Hydreigon doesn't force other Scarfers, though. in my
That's
opinion.
true.
Yeah. If anything, Scarf Hydreigon is actually one of the weaker sets compared to everything else you could run.
Really?
Yeah, both of his stabs are wall by fairy, and if you lock yourself in the flash cannon, that's an easy switch into any steel or water type.
Dude, Sylveon
about
takes
this?
like nothing from a flash cannon.
How about this though? Babiri Berry Belch. Or not Babiri Berry, Roselli Berry.
Oh, we're talking about this again, huh?
I like that set. That's a funny set.
That's
If you have
this set.
If you have a Z crystal, you can use Z Belch without having to have eaten a berry.
Yeah,
What's the fun in that, though? Come on.
I was supposed to. You also have to predict that they stay in on your Hydreigon, otherwise you kind of waste it.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
Yeah.
You
I do
can
agree
keep
with
on
that.
belching until you switch out, at least.
So Hydreigon seems to be the most controversial ones that we have so far.
Honestly, I
fine.
feel like it has good peak, but it's just really inconsistent, and I don't
Yeah.
personally like that.
Yeah, I think
I
Dragon.
also
I think
agree with that.
I think overall Dragapult is just more consistent than Hydreigon.
I think
And I
I
value
agree
that a
with
lot.
I
don't
couldn't
know.
see myself ever taking Hydreigon over
I
Dragapult,
disagree.
honestly. I'm not a
Yeah, me
big
too.
Hydreigon fan. I know it's a good mon, it's just I haven't enjoyed using it in the past.
Oh, I take that back. Never mind. Dragapult's the second worst dragon in Tier 1. Never mind. I'm
We
gonna
got-
get
we
right
got
into
him.
it. Latios.
The
I
logic.
think, first of all, I think Latios is highly superior. Latias is highly superior to Latios, in my opinion. Just because its moveset's so much better.
Yeah.
Can we agree on that, basically, that Latias is better, or anyone have any objections to that?
I
Or-
feel like the general consensus is that Latios is better than Latias, and
Yeah,
Mega Latias is better than Mega Latios.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
can
say that
understand
actually. Yeah.
I would have rather had Latias for my draft, which is why I have it. But I mean, if
Yeah.
I was stuck with Latios, I would have taken it too.
I think you can't really compare the two, mainly just because if you want a more offensive fast dragon, you go with Latios, but if you want more utility, you go with Latias.
Exactly.
So
They
despite
play
them,
different roles, even though
Yeah.
they're so similar.
Yeah. So how does Dragapult stack up to the twins?
I think it's better than Latios, honestly, but Latios just
I
has more
agree.
utility than it. So,
I agree
but
with that.
offensively
with that.
offensively overall, I think it's better than both of them. It's just that Latias offers different things.
I agree.
They
In
also
terms of-
both have insane coverage.
That is, I didn't
Yeah.
even consider that. Yeah.
With DLC, they got so much better.
Mystic Fire on Latias is so huge. That's not even funny.
Forester, they have great
Air
coverage if you want
Slash.
to go D-Dance.
No one ever mentions Air Slash, but Air Slash is awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let Fist actually take this one solo. Salamence.
Oh my god, I
Fist, tell
love
us about
Salamence.
Salamence.
You know, I only made it my original mascot because it fit well, I thought, but it's a crazy mon. The first time I ran Salamence in a league match was to counter a Melmetal, and it was Fizdef Intimidate Rocky Helmet with Iron Defense. And it hardwalled it
Amazing. right
until
there.
it crit me.
No.
No,
Nice.
Salamence has a lot of utility hidden underneath the insane offense, which personally makes me think it's one of the best dragons you can take.
I
Because
absolutely
a
agree.
bulky Mence with wish passing typically isn't expected, so it can put in a surprising amount of work. Or you can go something as simple as Scarf Moxie and just sweep an entire team.
Or Dragon Dance Intimidate if you want to. Or Dragon Dance Intimidate / Moxie. Either ability is great. Or Heavy Duty
Exactly,
Boots
it's a great
Defog.
DD user.
It just does
And
whatever
speaking
your
of
team
Z's,
needs.
it's a very good Z user.
Oh my.
Since it can hit
Show
from
me your
both
switching.
sides and Z
Hydro
fly.
Pump? Oh,
Hey,
I'm
does
more
it get
worried
hurt?
about fly.
Does it get Hurricane now too?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Does
it does.
it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
busted.
insane.
That's
But I
really
think
good,
I
actually.
think the consensus here is Salamence is kind of a definite overpull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only thing Pult really has on it is the speed.
Yeah. So the last tier one we got for Dragons here is this is actually a really mixed one. I don't know how to Zygarde 50%.
I think
I think-
Zygarde's better.
I
Every
think
day.
it's
Yeah.
way better.
That's
I
what
like
I'm
Zygarde
saying.
better.
Wow, I did not
Zygarde's
expect this.
Zygarde's a mod you have to like completely take into account if you have to face it, just because
Mhm.
If
you
you
don't
don't
prep
have a
for
good
it, you're
grass
screwed.
type, you're screwed.
yeah,
That's true.
not even because of outrage. It doesn't even have to run a dragon move. It's just because of Thousand Arrows.
There's no
That Thousand
switching.
Arrows game changing.
There's no switching.
It's a broken move. It went from a mediocre mon that was stuck in BL to getting banned.
Yeah, because if you don't have a good grass type, you basically lose because flying types and levitate mons are not an answer to it.
Also, Thousand
Extra-
Waves can do some stupid stuff. You can,
Yeah, like that one time I accidentally brought it versus I think it was Gao and I 1v1 this Venusaur with it.
yeah, because you just trap him and it's just dead.
Can I just mention Mix Zygarde, dude? Do not forget this thing gets sludge bomb.
Yeah.
Draco Meteor. Do not forget.
Garu
this
can
thing
tell
on
you
the
about Mix
moveset.
Zygarde.
He can. Zen Headbutt. I did not know this thing gets Zen Headbutt. I did not know
What?
that.
Does it?
I did
It's a-
not.
yeah.
I'm looking at its moveset. That's crazy. I
did
did
not
not know
remember
that.
that.
And then well,
That's
it's
really
nice.
good.
Did it get anything with DLC? I don't remember. I'm gonna check.
Oh,
No,
you know,
it-
or-
like a
no,
nerd.
No, I got
It
nothing.
or
didn't,
Core
no.
Enforcer, if you really want to do that. Core Enforcer.
Oh, that's it.
Actually, it got Endure and Reversal. That is
Nice.
some heat.
That's not
That is
bad.
actually, yeah.
Those
That's
two
not
moves
bad.
combined are kind of good.
Especially since it also has extreme speed, which is huge.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget
Also, it
Coil.
deals
Coil
damage.
sub toxic. That's the set right there.
Ugh, of course
You don't even
would.
need Toxic, just Subcoil. Those two moves
Glare.
together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Glare's also
Yeah,
a
Glare
pretty
is
good
so
move.
good.
Glare is one of the best moves in the game, in my opinion. That gets
It's one of the
completely
best
overlooked.
really
status
is.
Yeah, it
I
can
have
paralyze
a
anything.
I have a better stall set for Zygarde.
Oh, what is it? Let's hear this. Oh wait, no, don't say it. Don't say it. It's on your team. Never mind. Don't say it.
Yeah,
I
actually,
can't.
don't
I
make it
can't.
bad.
I can't say it. I might run it a 1 week.
Yeah,
It's gonna-
run it.
it's
You're gonna
gonna-
run it.
It's gonna be some like Thousand of Waves, like toxic, like
Some like bullshit.
No. What you
Possibly.
gotta do
All
is
I can
use
say is
1,000
it gets
arrows.
confined.
Oh.
Yes, this?
Defense,
Oh, run.
and then it lowers the special attackers. Oof.
Now, so I think we can kind of say that. I think we can all agree that Dragapult kind of stacks up to the other dragons, but I think it's a slightly below them, just in general.
I think it's more
Fair
of
opinion.
the middle of the pack one. To be fair,
That's understandable.
I personally think that. I think having like such stupid high speed is very valuable.
That is
Mhm.
true.
It's
Because
yeah, it's
incredibly
the threat.
valuable, but it's hard to justify taking it
Yeah.
outside of the speed.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
Now-
even just having the speed on your team forces a lot of prep. So if it doesn't show up, you still had an impact on the game with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there's something I want to talk about. So, I'm in a few leagues. Something that was constantly brought up in this league is how Tapu Fini is the worst tier 1. I'd like to talk about how everyone's opinion on Tapu Fini is. In my opinion, I believe that is just false.
Tapu Fini is like, in my opinion, like the second best Tapu, like right behind Coco.
I say it's the
Wow.
third behind Coco
Ooh.
and Lele, personally.
I feel like
I-
Lily's the
Ooh.
weakest one. I am.
I
Yeah.
really
I
don't
don't
like
like Lele
I
that
don't
much.
like Bulu.
They're-
I do
they're-
not
they're-
like Bulu.
After using Bulu, I would still put it at the bottom, but I still think it goes from Coco to Finny and then Lele, just because with Lele, mainly just because Steels generally still give it a hard time, because it has to now
Well-
only rely on Focus Mist.
It really hurt that
Yes.
they didn't give it Mystical Fire.
Mm-hmm.
But can we all agree that Finny is definitely not the worst tier 1?
Oh
No,
god.
not
Yeah,
even
no,
close.
no,
The
no.
worst
I
tier
agree.
1 is easily Pex, which only gets left there, so people don't
Yeah.
fucking
Right.
take it.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. I think that's kind of a common. You know what? I'm willing to say Thunderous Therian too is up there. I'm willing. to say that.
I don't
I
don't
think
know about
MDT
that.
should be a tier 2, if we're being
I
perfectly
think
Yeah,
I
honest.
Predator's
agree.
up there.
I agree.
Yeah, why is that in tier 1 in the first place?
Wait, what? Thunderous Therian or Incarnate?
Therian. Incarnate is definitely a tier 1. Therian is
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Exactly.
That was a
Therian
big
should
debate
be
we
tier
had.
2.
That was a big debate we had between was with Thunderous Therian.
I think I put that on a vote to move to tier 2, and it just
I would scroll through
got
all the
voted
votes,
against it.
but I don't feel like it. So
Okay,
I'm
all right.
trying to see
Anyway,
here what else could be considered.
all right.
Good
I shall bid you all adieu for now. I might
peace
come
out,
back
man.
All
later.
right.
Okay.
Say hi.
See you later, maybe.
I'm not sure how much longer we got here, but we'll find out. I guess.
You
If
haven't,
there's
like-
anything else we like. I want to go over best game of week. We'll go week 1 first because we're
Yeah.
still in week. So anyone have any names like to say for week 1? Go over gold, even though I'm not as caught up as gold in
I'm-
gold.
Has to be Fist and Bobby, right?
Yeah.
That was
I didn't want
God.
to say
Yeah.
it myself, but that was such a good game.
That was
No,
a mad good game.
We want to do. Would you like to do a play-by-play by the game and see what made it a good game? Maybe we could do that.
I feel like we're just
Um,
better like talking about it like in general.
Okay, so I think
We
something that
could-
made the game so good was the sets. That Corsola set was godly.
I'm
Fist
so
thought he
that's how
lost
good it is.
I thought I lost right there. Yeah,
because that was your win.
I was
con.
not kidding when I said I thought I was screwed from that point on. Because
'Cause what
going
was the
into
set,
the
Fist?
game, all right, here, give me just a second. I'll get the team pulled up.
Yeah, what was that Corsola set? That was absolutely insane. It was.
Oh,
hold
the
on,
Corsola.
That was Ghostberry. I can never remember these berry names. If anyone would like to look
Yeah,
that up.
that's-
No,
I
it was
remember
Miracle.
Gache, that's
What
it.
are you
Yeah,
talking about?
Ghostberry mirror. The Ghostberry was there.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was.
know
Sure.
that. I didn't talk to him about that.
It was. It was Ghostberry Maricoat.
I forgot entirely.
Especially no one expects a berry on a Galarian Corsola.
No, you expect it to sit there, laugh in your face, and never die.
Exactly.
Basically.
It's such a good bait too. It's fantastic.
Well, we can't go for much longer because we actually have an interview for admin in a few minutes, in let's say 25 minutes.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
got some time to talk about this still, though.
I'd say like 10
Yeah.
more minutes just to make sure admins can get ready for that.
No, but
Yeah.
just talking about why I thought I was screwed at that point.
Yeah.
So this Chandelure set was max HP, max special, quiet, with
Ooh.
Life Orb, Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Energy Ball, Memento.
That's
and then I
nice.
had Stack Attacka with Trick Room. Nothing on his team wanted to take hits from this, and nothing that could kill it was slower than it. So I was trying to get it in a position to where it was under Trick Room and just got a couple kills, broke the team, and then I cleaned up from there. But it got surprise killed.
Yeah.
So
That
I
happens.
sort of scrambled for a game plan from there.
But you did good to bring it back. Like
You definitely
I'm
did.
still surprised I did.
Can we just give a quick shout out to Sandslash for that?
Sandslash put in the work.
For that amazing.
Poor
I'm
Sandslash.
very
comeback.
upset it didn't do its job that I wanted it to going into the game, because in prep, Weavile was the biggest threat to my team. If you look at my team, Weavile can one-shot just about everything.
Yeah.
And I had Yachi Berry on it with Brick Break to OHKO it, but the Yachi got knocked
Ooh.
off.
which is very unfortunate.
It really was.
I agree, but what about for Silver?
The
Silver, those
game
games
of the
are pretty
week for Silver?
lopsided. Those are pretty
feel-
lopsided games.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give it to Shiv just because of how sick the G-Darm set was.
Yeah.
You know
that
what?
was an
You know what? I'm
incredible
gonna actually
set.
debate that of not giving it to Shiv, and here's why. No offense to his opponent by any means, but he did not play around that set. He should have just gone as soon as that Alamola died. Should have gone hard Scizor. I do not see a
Yeah.
reason why you went.
Oh,
did not
it's
go hard
Scizor.
Scizor?
It's 4 times weak to fire.
Yeah, but
it's
it's
scary.
Fire Spin. Fire Spin did about 15%.
All right.
Do you see
all right.
G-Darm's special attack?
You're
It's
right.
like
I'm curious now that you
10.
say it.
Because that's my main issue. That's why it's not my. Honestly, a game I don't really know what game I like, to be honest. That's why I'm kind of confused here. But I think my game would be Flat versus Bayhorn. Behorn.
Yeah, I was gonna say
here.
that. I feel like if we don't count the Shiv one, I feel like my game of Bjorn was really close. And, like,
Or
really
as I like
great.
to call it,
Alright.
the Darmanitan game, because basically how the game went was Darmanitan came in, Platt had to sack something, then he went and do a Pokemon, that killed something, then it just kind of
Well,
went
to
over
be
for...
fair, that was my plan though. I wanted
did
it to
work.
stack stuff to be able to revenge kill with Infernape.
You hid the scarf on that extremely well, by the way. I just wanted to... You made sure you did not know that thing was scarfed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which,
you bluffed that scarf really good.
For
which
sure.
was totally intentional. Thank you.
Okay, well, nice. Well, now we know it probably wasn't intentional. But you know what? Still
Oh,
great,
no, what are you talking about?
nonetheless.
We're talking. It was totally hit the scarf.
So, anything else you'd
Oh,
like
and
to
by
bring
the
up
way,
here?
Caps, the
Yeah, what's
Darm,
up?
it did a whopping 27 to 33.
Nice.
if the Scizor was no bulk.
It
Told
probably
you.
wasn't.
It was. During the game, it did like 18 to 15 or something. It did nothing.
No, but like
That's why-
special defense bulk, I don't think so.
I doubt it. But it didn't do
Exactly.
anything.
It's
during
so
the
it
game.
did so little damage, which is like insane because like
That's an
that
insane
means
mod.
if it did like 20% times 4, it did 5% normally.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Now, for the last topic here, this is kind of one subject I wanted to go over here. What was the craziest Pokemon that went undrafted?
Oh,
Mega
in
Latios
gold
and
or in
gold.
silver?
Mega Latios
and-
and gold.
Yeah, it has
Easily.
to
Wait,
be
Mega
Latios.
Latios went undrafted?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mega Latios
What?
undrafted.
Wow, that's crazy. That's actually
Um,
insane.
That easily takes
I'm
the
sure-
cake.
For silver, I'd say it's either Mew.
Well,
or
Mew was
Deoxys Defense.
Undrafted.
No, it wasn't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mew
It
was
was actually
drafted.
not drafted. It was replaced by a superior Pokemon on that team. So.
Okay, it wasn't undrafted. It was placed in a
hot
box
take.
and left to the orphanage. That's different.
I don't know what you're referring to. Skarmory was just better, in my opinion. Skarmory's better, but that's just me.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Alex Sam and Aegislash both went undrafted.
I'm not, and here's my reasoning.
Me neither.
Aegislash is not easily countered. It's just like I feel like with Aegislash, people get way too caught up on the King Shield sub toxic Shadow Ball set.
I feel like with Aegislash, if you don't kill something, you're just screwed. Like
Yeah.
if you don't get the Oko,
Yeah, you just
have
die.
to switch.
And
The
without
thing
the
is, like-
Sam, it's just nah.
Alex Sam is good though. It has good speed and has good setup.
But Corviknight did go undrafted.
I
by
think
the
it should
way,
be a
in
tier 2
Silver.
still, honestly.
Really?
Wow.
I can see that.
I'd like the next one. Nasty, really, with Nasty Plot, you think it should still be a tier 2?
It's so easily revenge killed, though. if it's
Exactly.
Nasty Plot.
I was one for keeping it in tier 2.
Really? Wow. Okay. I
If
did not
you're
expect
running
that.
Kazam, you're gonna have something to outspeed it. And if you have something to outspeed it, it's gonna Oko it.
Wow. Okay. This is a turn of events.
I'm
Well-
surprised. I'm a little surprised no one took Crest and Gold just to be that guy who
Oh,
took
no one
Crest.
took Crest and Silver either.
Crest
Which
is such a
alarmed
good
me.
mon, but
It's so gross with cosmic power.
You know what? I don't think it
Cresselia
is.
and Deoxys Defense both went undrafted and both.
Right.
To be honest, I think Cresselia should still be a tier 2. I don't know.
It definitely should not be tier 2.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I shouldn't say
No,
that because
not
actually
with
think about it.
cosmic power.
It being in tier 2 is such a snag. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
actually crazy.
exactly.
Well,
It's
I think
kind of like
it's just-
Hex in that sense.
It's just too predictable. I get there's some versatile Cresselia sets. I think Ivy's mentioned like a sub charge beam. Set.
Come on.
I
Yeah,
ran
why would you run
sub
charge
charge
beam
beam
for
on Mega Alakazam too, actually.
Wow, it looks like they have a lot of. Cresselia is kind of like a bulky version of Alakazam
Honestly, a little
when you
bit.
think about it.
So
They got
else
the-
is a lot of utility.
They got the same move pool, kind of. Like it's just like you know what I
Hey,
mean here? Like,
Alakazam gets Zap Cannon. Thank you very much.
Oh my bad, I forgot about Zap Cannon. That's right. Oh,
Zap
Ferrothorn
Cannon
went undrafted.
and Gravity.
Huh.
Don't joke.
But I feel like it's
True.
funny how like some people were like, don't allow Deoxys Defense because it's too stally. People are gonna just stall out.
It's not.
It went undrafted both times.
Deoxys defense isn't that. No, it is stally, but like I've seen some. I wish we could get Scamp in here. That man is the king of Deoxys defense.
Deoxys defense sets are great.
Oh my god. Well, we got like Trick Room Teleport, which nowadays is pretty common because of Joey Pokeyam, who kind of made Teleport a You know what? Scamp was Teleport before Joey, bro. That's all I'm saying. Scamp did it first.
I'm just upset that he stole my Deoxys Defense. That was like really important to my EDL Season 2 team.
Yeah. But I
I'm
think
still
EDL Season
salty.
2 was a very messed up season, though. We were kind of in a bad spot because we brought in a ton of people at the same time. It was still going on. And the point list was all messed up. Cresselia was 9.
Oh, dude, I love
That's-
grabbing it for 9, bro.
I mean, I know Natty was loving that at 9.
That was a great snag.
Didn't it go
yikes.
undrafted? I'm pretty sure it went undrafted and you picked it up after.
No, I drafted it. I
You
just
did
drafted
draft it? Okay.
I drafted it pretty late too.
Yeah, all right. I knew it went late or either. Yeah. That's crazy, though, to me.
It is pretty crazy.
I think
Alright,
probably what
looking
EDL season
at the
2
tier
was
list.
the tier list was really messed up, and we had way too many points.
Yeah.
Yes,
Honestly,
too
though,
many
I think
points.
Genesect is too many points. It probably should have been. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Genesect should have been more
Like
expensive. That
three.
shit is stupid.
Not okay. Genesect should be banned. We all know that. End of story.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, it should be.
Again,
The more
if
Think about
if
it.
I
the
didn't
more
get HP
think
fired,
should be
I
allowed
would have.
caps.
If I didn't get
Dragovich would
HP
have had more
fired turn
kills.
1,
Dragovich would have had more kills
no,
because I said so, and Dragovich is the god.
like
If you look back at season 2, Dragovich had 175 kills because Cap said so.
that's
That's
insane.
actually that's
That's
accurate.
crazy.
Actually, how did Dragovich get a kill leader only with 15 kills? I feel like it's not that much for a kill leader.
It's
I don't know,
really
it's
not.
really
big.
not.
Yeah.
The stuff spread out.
I mean,
Kills in
JCJ
EDL
is-
Season 2 were very spread out, I feel.
I mean, JCJ, your Scolopy tried, but you know what? It just wasn't fast enough, I guess. We ain't get it. Just wasn't fast enough.
Haha.
I
Alright,
appreciate
you can end
everybody
this
not
now, that's too
laughing.
much.
I appreciate everybody not laughing.
Can I talk about Articuno being a tier 4 for a second? I think should be a tier 3.
Me
Agreed.
too, but like,
Honestly, it would still get drafted in tier 3, I think.
That's the thing. It
100%.
would. It's so good.
I
The thing
mean,
is
if you were talking
insane.
about tier 4 legendaries, that should not be tier 4. I
Oh,
feel
we
like,
already know where this is going.
Registeals
Yup.
easily.
Registeel
There it
was a
is.
mistake. KJ pointed it out to me after the fact, and I was
Matthew's
so
a-
upset I didn't try to start that vote.
I almost drafted Registeel as my first pick.
Round. You know what?
Did it?
Actually,
Honestly,
we
I
wouldn't
would have
even judged you.
that.
Honestly,
Didn't?
that's a good first round pick.
Honestly,
told me-
like,
He told me
I
before the
have
draft.
Registeel as kill leader of a league right now because it's so good with body
Oh,
press.
Oh,
Yes,
the same league
insane.
everyone dropped.
You know,
Got him.
don't be mean to face like that.
No, we all love his. Wait, Shuckle went undrafted, bro. What?
Yeah,
That's
that's
BS.
Tom.
Nat, you should
Shuckle's
get it.
Great. Yeah, pick up
Come on.
Shuckle, y'all.
Yeah, Nat, you should get it.
Oh, you know I love my Shuckle.
Yeah,
Don't
GDO.
fuck.
Am I right?
Oh
Hey,
yes,
man.
sir.
Dynamax,
That
come on out.
man dip. That man.
I'm still upset. I got Dynamax Shuckle.
It's good. What are
Whenever
you
you
talking? You set
Dynamax.
hazards and then you surprise kills. You just
All right,
gotta
guys.
kill it pretty hard.
I think we're gonna
You
have to
just
end
gotta
it
run
here.
Power Track.
Exactly.
We're ending it here because we got 15 minutes. We're gonna let the admin set up for the interview. I just want to say, everyone, thanks for coming to this.
Hi, Craig.
This was
I feel like this
really
was a
fun.
good first episode.
Definitely, we'll try and
After
be a
we
little
got
more.
started.
We'll try and be a little more
Right.
organized with the topics next time, guys. We're just kind of making
Talk
things
about
up.
the
I'll
draft.
try and make like a doc here.
That's a good idea.
We should
Like,
honestly make a channel for discussion suggestions.
It really should.
I mean, we could put that like.
This
Where
also
could we
should not
put
be
that?
inside of the cast. We should cut this out.
That should be a roll podcast cast.
Yeah, so we get pinged like half an hour before we're gonna start or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Then
actually
we,
a good
should,
idea.
then we should intentionally make Super a part of that ping, even if he doesn't join.
I respect that.
That's
Just
okay.
for lols.
JCaps, if you do that, I will respect you a lot, and I'll
No,
try
I-
to defend you from Super.
No, I'm just kidding. I would never. I do not want to feel his wrath. If you guys don't know, Super is the organization admin, who is a great guy. He just does not like being pinged.
He does not.
Every time
He
we
will
master
murder you.
me.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna call it here. I think.
Here,
So I
wait,
just
wait,
wanna
wait.
say-
One last thing. One last thing.
Okay, we're not done yet. God damn it! What do you?
How
gonna
is the
say?
Zoomerl not drafted in tier 2?
Actually,
That's crazy. Yo, it wasn't drafted in silver either.
Yeah.
That's
We're just
nuts.
stupid.
Tier 2
I
is
think-
Zoomerl. I had it on my board, but I got insert fairy here. I don't have a fairy.
You just
Oh,
now
no,
noticed?
I have Whimsicott. I have Whimsicott. I have Whimsicott. I have Whimsicott.
Oh,
I have
oh! I was so happy you didn't bring
Okay,
Whimsicott. That
okay.
was so annoying for me.
Really?
I was so happy. Yeah, because that means Hoopa wouldn't
Huh.
been able to do anything.
Wow. I should have thought of that. Shit.
Hoopa
right.
and
Whimsicott.
and Fernie.
Hooper counter is Buzzwole. Platinum is what I'm talking about.
That's a hard fact.
What the?
All right,
You run
guys.
you run
Guys, we
Berry
gotta end
and
it here.
stay with a leech life.
All right, guys. I'm gonna try and end it here. Right. So,
Okay.
thanks for joining me, everyone. It's been. We'll definitely do this again. This will definitely be not the first episode here.
All right,
It was fun. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you next time.